A question I get asked a lot is, Mike, how do I go about getting booked outside of my home territory or region? I want to expand my reach, I want to get out and travel a little bit more, and I don't know how to start opening doors. We're going to talk about that today on Till We Make It. I think your ability to find bookings outside of your home region or territory or away from your home promotion in a new area hinges on the type of networking that you do. And here's what I mean by that. There's all kinds of easy ways you could go about networking. One example, you could type up a form letter that you copy and paste and send along through Facebook messaging to every promotion you can possibly find online. This is the equivalent of a cold call from a telemarketer. It's something that's unwanted and unsolicited, and chances are it's going to get dragged right down into the trash bin. No one likes getting telemarketing calls. I certainly don't like when I get another robocall on my cell phone, and you better believe promoters who are probably busy out of their mind dealing with everything going on with their next live event or what just happened at the previous live event don't want to take 5 minutes out of their day to read a cut and paste message from someone they have never heard of. I'm 100% certain there is at least one person watching right now who found success through that method. And yes, every once and again, a telemarketer does make a sale. But that style of networking may not be producing the kind of results that you want for your burgeoning career as a performer. So what is an alternate method that you might be able to employ to help you break out of your home region or territory, given that the telemarketing method may not be yielding the right results? Well, I think you could start by playing a game like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say that there is a promotion, a state away, that you want the chance to perform for. How do you go about getting their attention? Well, let's think about it in terms of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Who do you know who might know someone who is connected to this group that's a whole state away from your home territory? If you are able to assemble that chain in your mind, then you have a clear path of networking you're going to have to tread if that's your new destination. Just seeing those chains of connections may not enable you to jump to the end and reach out directly and contact that promotion a whole state away you are hoping to perform for. But if you can identify the first person in that chain, then you are able to start asking questions like, hey, the next time you're headed in that direction, could I ride along? Do you happen to know if this organization is hiring anybody right now? And if so, what are they looking for? And keep in mind, if you are several degrees removed, the first person in your chain may not have those answers. But if you ask, they might be able to introduce you to the next person in the chain. And that person, who's friends with that person, who is friends with that person that actually works for that organization, is just a few networking steps away. Making those kinds of connections and cultivating professional relationships with the people that are doing the kinds of things that you want to be doing are a great first step toward taking your career to that next level, that next goal, that next endpoint that you envision for yourself. If you're putting your eyes on the prize and you cannot even begin to imagine what the first step in that chain might be, use a free resource we all have at our disposal, the internet. Here's what I mean by that. Take a look at their social media and see who they're promoting and see who they are following. Are these people you could follow? Are these people that you could interact with? And if you continue to drill down further and further into their social networks, sooner or later you will find a point of intersection with your own sphere, and that's how those 6 degrees start coming together. If you're hoping for opportunities outside of your home territory or your home promotion, you're gonna have to put in the work. It may come very easily to other people, and other people it will be hard work. So don't be afraid to put in a little bit of sweat and a little bit of elbow grease if you're trying to make connections, especially at an organization where the spots on their roster are exceptionally in demand. A personal one-on-one recommendation is so much more powerful than the telemarketing cold call approach. Someone that is already on their roster, vouching for you or asking for you to be given an opportunity, will prove thousands of times more effective than that cut and paste message you send out to 100 different promotions. And I know these kinds of connections, they aren't cultivated overnight. They can't all be cultivated in a single week. But if you stay at it persistently and you keep in mind the end goal that you are working toward, it can be achieved. These things don't always result in paying work. The first time that you go out there, you might be asked to audition. They may choose to have you in a tryout match or something before the audience is even let in, just to see if they think you'd be a fit with their organization. But if you are willing to do those miles, if you're willing to put in the work in the ring, and you're willing to network ferociously, those things that are out there, doors that right now might appear to be closed to you, they can be opened. Think about how, through personal networking, you might be able to open those doors. It's going to mean spending time in cars, shaking hands, and meeting new people. But along the way, you will end up growing your personal network so that your calendar is always full. And you've always got someone to call whenever you need a reference. You might be able to get a little bit of traction by retweeting everything a wrestling organization puts out. And is there some value in making up a sizzle reel of your hottest moves and posting it to YouTube? Sure. But if you're looking to open doors, especially with organizations where there are fewer spots than there are people that want them, nothing goes further than the personal recommendation.